right, so I don't have expectations about how far I'm going to get in today's stream because I'm super tired and a little loopy because I had a bunch of appointments yesterday, early appointment today, so I stayed up late, and then construction started. Yay! So I haven't really slept apart from like a nap in the evening yesterday. So we'll see how that goes. Some random cleanup both for Sonic Forces and this. So as you can see with a little screenshot here, in the second last stage of Sonic Superstars, the golden enemy is in a kind of out of the way spot, and there's little Eggman beating Sonic graffiti. So that's a fun little detail. The Knuckles stage in Golden Capital, you actually can't get the last emerald until after that stage. There's actually a little highlight around the emerald in each in each zone. To tell you which emeralds you can get there, so that's why I know that. But that cutscene actually gives you a different number of emeralds depending on how many you are missing. Because for the act, the character specific acts are designed to be little narrative moments. So that always has to be the same, regardless of how many emeralds you have, because Trip needs to go super. The mural shown basically shows all the different like emerald powers, as well as the different big animals, which are basically just big versions of the animal friends from the various Sonic games. So like Rocky and Flicky and whatnot. Two missing ones that I don't think actually show up in the game at all are giant versions of the rabbit and the squirrel animals, which is interesting. Not sure why. And they are included in the mural in Golden Capital Act Knuckles. One last thing with Sonic Forces. So I kind of wanted to include a clip basically saying, it wouldn't be a Sonic game without getting stuck in a wall. Actually, you know what? I'll just quickly export that now and throw that in here. Because why not? Yeah, this should be it. Just export. Well, I'm just wasting time here. So, like, I remember back in for whatever reason, it's always chemical plants. Because like in Sonic Generations, that was the stage that I personally encountered issues with after seeing a streamer encounter a similar issue. In this case, well, that might be a little loud. Hold on. Where is my video player? Source. OBS updated their audio mixer, and I'm still not used to it. Let's duck that down to like 80%. Wow, what the fuck happened there? Oh, 800. My bad. Well, glad I was immediately ready to pause that. Yeah, so you're supposed to use the lightning ability to light speed dash in here, but you can also get hover or burst. And I just flew over this little speed booster and then got stuck. And Yeah, this is basically what happened to me in Chemical Plant Zone back in the day in Sonic 2. I just got stuck inside the wall next to a like a curve, and I tried to get out of here for longer, and it was not happening. So yeah, that is a true Sonic experience. One other thing I experienced or discovered rather while doing the various speedrun challenges and Sonic Forces and whatnot is so a lot of the boost era games have a drift option, like usually a drift button. It's very slippery though. It doesn't work. It feels good when it works, but it often sends you careening into the edge of the stage or off cliffs. I'm especially thinking of Sonic Unleashed. And there's no such option in Forces. However, if you slide, you can literally just universally redirect your character's direction at any point, and that actually works a lot better than the drift ever did. So, food for thought if anyone ends up playing Sonic Forces. Something to keep in mind. And I have game audio muted because I was getting golden enemies off stream. And I think the last thing I had to talk about, I just have some screenshots. So I did play multiplayer a bit via remote play. Yeah. Even though this game has the Sonic 1 pace and... Oh, Trip shows up in the background. That's so cute. I didn't see that before. I even waited on this screen. That's so great. Hold on, we're gonna go back for a second. I didn't see that when I was playing. I've been lingered on the menu for a moment to see if she would show up. That's really cute. I love it when title screens change. And so, as I was saying, so this is a weird like mishmash of Sonic 1 meets Sonic and Knuckles, where the Sun Gazers are very much just the echidna of North Star Island. And we're going to see a bit more of that as we get into Trip's story. Even including getting duped by Eggman and whatnot. And even appearance-wise, the ability that, the fact that she could climb and whatnot. A lot of that carries true. I'm fine with it because I think again she's more interesting than what they did with Tikal in Sonic Adventure 1. But it is still a strange thing where it's like, yeah, we're gonna add this new character and we're gonna make them different and blah blah blah. And then they just made Knuckles too. So this game is so much like how Sonic Forces is Sonic Generations and Sonic Mania 2. This game is also Sonic Mania 2, and it's Sonic and Knuckles 2, and Sonic 1 2. And one thing I guess I'm gonna showcase on stream just for the heck of it is like, so they got T. Lopez on this, but this is mostly made by Arzest. It feels like there must be some team members from Sonic Mania that did work on this to some extent, or at least had some input, because there are references and whatnot that feel very Western that I don't think Sonic Team and the Japanese side of Sega would be, and a third-party company like Arzest would necessarily be tuned into, which is where we're going to check out the Golden Enemy in the second Carnival Act. Now, so when you're playing co-op, so again, slower speeds, relatively zoomed out camera compared to some other Sonic games. Tends doesn't really help. Everyone just goes off the screen immediately and has to teleport back on screen like a new Super Mario Bros. Kind of bubble system. I feel like the way to handle that would have. So the weird thing is, I understand that Super Mario Bros. Wonder did its system mostly so that the Wonder abilities would not like constantly kill players. So they did sort of this transient, like, oh, people just like kind of hop in and out of their ghosts in the background, sort of. I feel like that would have been a fun system here, and there is a bit of that. Like again, the stuff where like you'll be starting a zone, you'll see Knuckles climbing a wall in the background. Sand Sanctuary, you have Sonic running in the desert in the background, and so on and so forth. Seems like they had that intent there, and I feel like the system that Mario Bros. Wonder had would have been very appropriate for this. I feel like a co-op Sonic game can work, but it needs to be either split screen or everyone needs to have their own screen. And at that point, is it really co-op? The special stages are a bit weird. The Emerald ones switch your character every 5 seconds, which is very disorienting. It's fine, but the later ones are really hard, so that makes them even harder. And the Sonic 1 style stages are very much the same, where you are working together. You have multiple chances. I don't think any of us actually failed. And it says the team got medals at the end. And identifies like which player character got each of the respective medals. But yeah, that plays a lot better in co-op. But I do feel like Wonder should have stuck with the New Super Mario Bros. Multiplayer formula just online, and this should have had the Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I really want a sequel to this game. I love it so much. I think it genuinely might be my favorite Sonic game. Like I know, like with Forces, I was saying that in like the first 2/3, but the last third kind of petered out with that. I still really like a lot of what Lost World does, but like this game is just so. This really does feel like the first. This and Mania feel like the true attempts to make sequels to the Genesis games. Some other random things. I did go back and play the demo for Sonic 4 Episode 2. Does not feel good. The jump is fine initially, but the momentum is all whack, and the weird, like, the air dash has been in other games like Generation. It feels better in those. The weird air dash / homing attack does not feel great. And yeah, it just it feels very sluggish. I went and I looked into some Sonic CD stuff, because that's a game that I've only like really dabbled in, and I've watched more of it than I have played myself. And I always got this weird impression that like that game was put on such a pedestal back in the day. And then it feels like ever since it became more accessible back like on the Xbox 360, and then later ports and whatnot, a lot of that unfettered praise is like, oh, it's the cult classic that nobody ever got to enjoy back in the day. All that kind of fell off. And I think the game is just not. I mean, again, it is very much, again, the Code Veronica versus Resident Evil 3 situation, where it is parallel to Sonic 2, and Sonic 2 has a much stronger identity with its. And this is the whole weird thing with Sega, in that Sonic CD was mostly a Japan initiative, and Sonic 2 was a Western initiative, although original staff from Sonic 1 was basically split between the two. And it's just kind of this interesting thing where, despite Sonic Team being the driving force behind this franchise, I don't think Sonic can truly exist as a pure. Like, again, this is made by Arzest, which to my understanding is a Japanese company, but the little nods to Western fandom and whatnot, I feel like this game would not be the same without that. Let me just remind myself what the fuck Arzest does again, or what they have done. Okay, a lot of like 3DS and Wii games. Oh yeah, and Balan Wonderworld. This is a huge improvement over that. Ooh, oh boy. Yeah. So and this was co-developed with Sonic Team. Okay, so that's probably where some of the collaborative vibes of this are kind of kicking in. Some other random details. So in Press Factory Stage 2, if you do let the machine fully charge up, it is instant death. So good on me for not dying to that. And I did, as I'll be showing shortly in the store, I did manage to get a perfect bonus on one of the Sonic 1 style special stages where you get all the rings. That is necessary to unlock the Knights cosmetics. And it just gives you an extra medal and a point bonus of like 10,000. And like, that's whatever. But yeah, weirdly enough, that kangaroo enemy that showed up that one time that I made a big deal of, that was supposed to be in Sonic Mania 2, that never happened, really just shows up in this one zone, maybe even just this one level. I'm kind of filling for time here because I'm watching a video to get a feel for where the golden enemy is in this level, because it's one that is very unique aside from that graffiti that I pointed out. Seems like you either have to play as Tails or leverage pinball action to stay on the top path as much as possible. All right, I think I can do this. Let's give this a go. And again, I have stick drift. That will continue to be a thing. Oh, one other thing that's really fun. So initially I thought it was a bit strange when we unlock Trip, that Trip gets a double jump and a climbing ability similar to Knuckles. Again, this weird Knuckles revisionist history nonsense that's going on. And like, Amy already has a really great double jump ability. And it seems strange that she has that plus the hammer attack. Not that the hammer attack is particularly good, but check this out. So we double jump, and we can still double jump. Amy can't do that. If she double jumps and hits an enemy in the air, she cannot do another double jump. So Trip gets a unique ability there. You can also jump off of surfaces as Trip and then cling onto ceilings. So Trip has a lot of mobility. She's really fun to play as. I like her a lot, and I want her to show up in Sonic Rumble. And I just like this game a lot, man. That's all there is to it. It's so charming. I've been, I'll show this. I've been stuck up. I've done this before, but I can't do it again. I just keep getting stuck on this one. So I'm going to be avoiding rings for the most part. I might need to watch a video because I'd like to get, like, no matter how many times I do this, I keep getting stuck. Like, it keeps presenting me with the same challenge to get these medals. And I don't remember how I did this in the first place. And unlike the Sonic 1 style special stages that give you like 3 opportunities before they cycle through to the next one, this one does not care how many times you can fail it. It will just continue to allow you to suffer. And like, I've tried like just getting like a whole like shitload of rings, hoping that eventually the like medals slow down over time, but I don't know. There's just something about this that I'm not grasping, even though I did it before. See, that looked almost good. Woo! Nice little flip over that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh well. Alright, so again, the goal is to get as high up in these pinball sections as possible. And while I have my complaints about, like, again, Sonic games having all these, like, casino levels and whatnot, I do think that this game has, like, some of the best collection. Like, I also really appreciate the spooky reskins of the enemies, like that little ghost guy. Like, that's just cute. Probably should have transformed, honestly. But like this and Golden Capital are both really endearing. There's something to be said about the capital of the Sun Gazers being... Oh, I don't even have to hold the button. Oh, that's great, actually. So she cannot turn corners in that form. That is worth noting. But if you can jump the corner, that doesn't matter. So maybe if we do something like, we can make this work. Oh, I got my double jump back. All right, well, there you fucking go. I also appreciate that the characters take a combat stance. There he is! It's everybody's favorite creepypasta from Sonic R. It's Tails Doll! Like, that is not something... Oh, there's the kangaroo. That is not something that I feel that would have happened without some sort of Western developer knowledge. Hence why I feel that the Sonic... Like, this being developed in tandem with Sonic Team. Like, I have high hopes for our Zest in the future. Like, making Balan Wonderworld and then this back-to-back... Like, this is this is the triumph as far as I'm concerned. It is frustrating to me that I don't think people recognize that as such. I've also been thinking I might actually make a YouTube video for once, and like write a script, but I don't want to have a whole bunch of B-roll footage, so I don't know for certain if I will actually go ahead with that. But I have a tentative video idea, which is the Supersonic Soapbox, my Mega Manifesto. Because I was thinking while playing this, compared to Mega Man, who was recently added to, you know, Crossworlds. So Sonic has always gotten a lot of shit for his games post. I mean, technically, you could argue back in the day, Sonic Spinball. Actually, I don't think people complained about Sonic Spinball or Mean Bean Machine. It was really just 3D Blast that a lot of people look back on with derision. Forget what the boss is of this stage. I hope it's not too difficult, because I do now need to survive the remainder of the stage without... Hey! Look at that! We played so much with Amy, we didn't get to see her much in the background. That's fun. She just straight up murks that enemy for us. That's great. Wow. Okay, if this was an older Sonic game, you would have just been stuck in that forever unless you managed to get your way out of that. Let's be real here. But yeah, as I was saying, so like... Okay, so... Everyone loves the Genesis games. That's not really... That's not a surprising thing to say. 3D Blast gets a lot of shit, and sometimes even Sonic CD gets a lot of shit these days. Sonic 1 tends to get lambasted by some people, which I disagree with, personally. Again, Sonic 1 is actually my favorite looking back on that in retrospect. I am interested to go back and play Sonic 2, as that was my first Sonic game, and the one that I should theoretically have the most childhood nostalgia for. But I also got really tilted by the special stages and doing those with Tails, especially. So I'll be trying to avoid that circumstance. Hey, buddy. You gonna... Oh, yeah, you do turn around. Hey. How's it going? I thought they did something. I thought they had, like, a kick move, but maybe I'm mistaken. Just really hope... This game has actually been very charitable with, like, they have these huge drops, but there's always, like, a floor below you. Typically, whenever there's a death drop, you can see it. And that's something I appreciate, because a lot of the Sega Genesis era Sonic games just had these ridiculous, like, abysses that would lead to these death drops out of nowhere. Okay, this is the tough section. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, we can slow down time. May have done that a bit early. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fuck! Well... That's the problem. Now we gotta redo that entire level. Alright. Okay, we have learned. Yeah, I will say this is the thing that I don't enjoy about, and again, I'm only finishing this on stream because I want to see what the Tails doll icon looks like afterward. I know I could do that off stream and come back to this, but this could be the last stream for all of this particular game. Although I suppose I also have to do fucking battle mode too, so I don't know. Okay, I keep interrupting myself. So, for the most part, the Genesis legacy is maintained. People like the Sonic Adventure games. People have issues with, you know, Sonic Heroes. Again, there's a lot of cherry picking that goes on. Sonic 1, Sonic Heroes. Again, Sonic Heroes being my favorite out of the Adventure era. Obviously 06, in a big way. Yeah! Look at that. That's so cool, man. And then you have the era where they kept trying different things. So you had the storybook games that I don't think a lot of people really played in the grand scheme of things. I hear some good things about them, but then a lot of complaints as well. So I don't know if they're good or bad or what. From what I've seen, Sonic and the Black Knight does not seem very enjoyable. Very short stages with a lot of poor, like, just waggle gameplay. Secret Rings might be bad, but I've also heard that Secret Rings might be good, but I've also heard that it's not, so... did I miss my opportunity? Yeah, I feel like I missed something. We can do this. Okay, hold on. Calm down. Yeah. I will say that the time for burst, or whatever we want to call that, should probably be a lot shorter. That is a little too generous. The Emerald powers are very strong and do not feel... Okay, so that's an enemy in the background anyway. So yeah, then you had the storybook games, you had Unleash, which obviously had mixed opinions. It did start a generation, despite... one could say that the Werehog stuff is echoing some of the issues that Sonic and the Black Knight had with, just mashing, button mashy gameplay or waggle in that case. So is it smashing those displays that causes the thing in the background to get damaged? Or is it just based on progress through the level? I'm not fully grasping that. It is the displays. Is there a benefit to that? Is what I'm not understanding. Like, I don't remember how the thing in the background factors in. If at all. Might have something to do with the boss at the end of the level. We shall see. Yeah, no, Trip is so much more enjoyable to play as than Knuckles. Quite frankly. Whoa. Although a lot of that, quite frankly, is because she doesn't have to worry about, like, coming to a stop. I'm sure you could do a lot of that stuff, that climbing stuff with Knuckles, so I shouldn't really be ragging on him that much, but, you know. The wall climbing, they made it feel really good. And the ability to jump from one surface to another is surprising, honestly. Did I turn the... How's volume for this? It's at 60%, it should be fine. If anything, the game might be a little too loud. So, I apologize for having to continue, This is also reminiscent of, an old Sonic boss. I forget which one. It might be Sandopolis Zone, where he has like the gray, weird 3D blobs that surround him that make like noises, if I remember correctly. That's a nice detail. Again, the bosses in this game are by no means fancy, and a lot of them like really get fucked over by the Yeah, I think that might just be scripted in the end, but the monitors just give you extra explosions for funsies. Like, again, boss design in this is obviously nothing, like, amazing or impressive, but they are all very satisfying. Again, very much echoing the Genesis era. I really need to play more of Sonic Mania. I just need to... Like, Sonic Mania is giving me... There he is. Is giving me serious Sonic CD vibes. Like, I get the same weird... Like, the soundtrack is also very reminiscent of that, for better or for worse. And I don't know, it's just something about its aesthetic. Like, Sonic CD has the problem where, like, compared to Sonic 2, where all the zones were, like, distinct locations that had themes, Sonic CD was very abstract. So, like, you go to the past, go to the future of, like, an abstract theme, and it's like, who cares, you know? And the CD soundtrack, while nice and good quality, didn't have as much of a theme or an identity to it compared to, like, Mystic Cave or Oil Ocean. Those stages had, like, amazing themes. Alright, so oh my god, alright. This is gonna be a struggle with my stick drift. So there's a polka dot pattern that we could get. We got purple paint for the Metal Knights. Those are actually some decent looking legs, actually. Those remind me of Mega Man's legs. Oh, those arms aren't bad either, actually. I might grab one of those. I say might as if I didn't just do that. Why did my controller just stop responding? Hello? Hello? Game? Hello? Weird. That's a little too knightsy. I still prefer that body. And the head is also going to be... Looks cool, though. I do need to grab... Yeah, I'm probably just going to get the rabbit and the metal Amy head. Battle Mask is also pretty cool. You know, I'll grab that while we have the currency. Yeah, I've gotten stuck in this menu again. Weird. Oh, actually, I need to be saving, because there's something that you get for buying all 5 of the prototypes, which basically just gets you extra bodies to customize. Oh, well. So I'll need 250. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I do enjoy doing the special stages when I play the game off stream, so that's not a big deal. But it does mean I won't be able to show that stuff off, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it was just black paint, which I think I wanted to put on the legs. Okay, so I keep fucking interrupting myself, and this is why I need to make a video, because I'm not gonna be able to maintain a train of thought while I keep rambling here. There's also a weird yellow tint to Trip's story. I don't know why. I'll try to get a look at, so you can see Bridge Island, the blue emerald is highlighted at the bottom left there. So yeah, so like Genesis generation, Sonic 1 gets a lot of flack. All the Game Gear games get a lot of flack, except for Triple Trouble. Sonic CD has started to get some flack. 3D, that would have killed you in the old ones. Also, like getting hit, like landing on lava. Yeah, and even bringing back the egg robos is very indicative of Sonic and Knuckles. Man, I really do keep interrupting myself. This is gonna be hard to maintain focus. But like 3D Blast gets a lot of flack. And then Sonic Heroes, and then rightfully Sonic 06, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Unleashed, technically. People really liked Generations when it first came out, and I was the odd one out that was like, classic Sonic doesn't control very well. And then as I'm finding, apparently a lot of other people didn't like how classic Sonic controlled, but all the positivity back in the day was outweighing that. And I wasn't hearing any of that. And of course, I also had the issues with the bugginess of Generations. And then I'm gonna start forgetting some, but like I think everyone enjoyed Colors. I don't think that's a controversial take. I think Colors and Lost World are slam dunks, but they are of course 2 of the most limited games that have had unfortunately poor PC ports. You know, Origins also not withstanding. And then Forces happens, and we've already talked about that to death. I think that, again, if the last third was tightened up and the character creator was a lot better, people would not have had as many issues with Forces. I think that game is still better than Generations 1. Can't vouch for Shadow Generations. I hear great things about it. And compared to like Sonic Colors Ultimate, and again, I'm really bummed out, honestly, about coming back to Lost World. And it's like you can see playing through it how much genuinely inspired stuff there is in that game, but like, man, that PC port just makes it so awkward. And I didn't expect I would be as annoyed by the PC port as I was. But again, we then have the situation, and I appreciate that it's the egg robot here and not robotic, just like Sonic and Knuckles. Man, I need to stop interrupting myself. I do appreciate how this kind of suggests that Trip is a lot stronger than some of the other characters. That was one of the weird things about Amy. Like, I feel like the double jump is a little too much. I like having it, don't get me wrong. I'm not, like, advocating for them to remove it. But in terms of, like, character identity, Amy just seems like so much better than some of the other characters because of that double jump. And I feel like maybe the appropriate way to have handled that is instead of like giving her a double jump, like she has her hammer spin, right? Make that just like the flash jump or whatever from Sonic 3, where you could like be like you have a just frame of invincibility that you could use to hit spiked enemies or whatever, because she's hitting them with her hammer. And apparently for the achievement, those hammer attacks don't actually count, contrary to the Steam guide that I read. It could be that it only counts when the hammer is out. Because I did get it a lot earlier from just like using the hammer on the ground than I expected I would, if that's the only thing that's counting. But I spent a lot of time double jumping on enemies and did not get that achievement until I went out of my way to start doing the ground hammer attack. So I definitely think there's some conflict there on what actually counts. But I do think that would have been a much stronger identity for Amy's role in that game, in this game, is leaving the double jump for Trip. But then you also have, well, Trip being able to wall climb and double jump is also a bit too much. So, And again, the drop dash is really good. Tails being able to fly, really good. Him being able to hit enemies from below, which is something that was always an issue for him, really good. Knuckles is just kind of the one that feels like weirdly left out. Like, yeah, he can attack enemies while gliding, I think. And he can climb walls. And there are some stages that, you know, before you get your emerald powers, do take that into account. And will change, like, how you play through them. But I feel like he needs one extra ability to really set him apart from the other characters. And I don't know what that would be. Yeah, like, just look at how fast and effortless Trip controls. She's so great, man. While we're talking about Trip, because I've already got, like, lost the plot on what I was talking about, and I'm gonna come back to the notion of the Lost World PC port, because there was another one. Might have been... Oh! That's great! I never encountered that before. It might have been another complaint against Sonic Colors Ultimate, or Origins. Take your pick at this point. I think I just forgot the point that I interrupted myself to make. I think it was something to do with Amy, but I can no longer remember what it was. That's so fun. Yeah, no, this game, like, honestly makes me giddy. Like, it's just good, clean Sonic fun. Like, again, every time I would get into Mania or try to experience Sonic CD, there would always be a part of myself where I would think, is there something wrong with me? Why am I not enjoying this as much as everyone else seems to? But then this is the one that is tailor-made for me and the Sonic game that I like. And for the record, I was not a big fan of Sonic & Knuckles back in the day. I think it made Sonic 3 way too long. I liked how Sonic 3 ended with the big arm fight. One thing I looked into was I misidentified Neo Metal Sonic, which is the Sonic Heroes antagonist, as the one that appeared. It is Mecha Sonic Mark II that appeared in Sonic & Knuckles, and that is a cool design, and I'm really glad that returns with a like weirdly detailed characterization in Scrapnica Island in the IDW comics. So just random things I've been wiki diving into. But yeah, it's interesting. So I was thinking like, okay, so they're redoing most of the stages with some extra obstacles, you know, the egg robos and whatnot. These stages are more custom made for Trip to navigate. So that's like a surprising amount of work, which I say, considering the game's price, which I still think is way too high, regardless. Same for Sonic Forces. Like Sonic Forces should have been like around $40-50, like Generations, and this should have been also around like $40. No matter how much effort they put into it, this is an old style Sonic game, and it should not carry the absurd price tag that it does. But yeah, thinking about it. Yeah, so like if this was Sonic 1, that would have been death. Like if you were to like land in lava and then like land on another instant death thing like lava, or if you were to hit spikes and then land on spikes, that would kill you even in your invincible in your hit stun. I don't think that was a thing in Sonic 2 though. Curious how CD would handle that, but we're not going to be having the character-specific stages in this run, so we're probably still going to get the Act Fruit stages, maybe? We actually should be able to exit and see if there was one for the first zone, now that I think about it. And playing through this has made me really appreciate the North Star Island stage. You don't get every zone in it, but you get like you get a good chunk of the zones all sequentially in the North Star Island course in Superstars. Oh, what's this thing? So do I technically have to clear this? I guess. May as well. I got 15 fruit, and that'll get us some medals. Yeah, that is actually one way I can get a whole bunch of medals while playing this off stream, actually. I've not been doing the fruit stages. Okay, so now I think I can get back to the point that I was trying to make. Because there was another PC port that I think was of a Sonic game that really bummed me out. Like, again, I keep coming back to Lost World. I can't remember if it was something I played. Ow. Uh-oh. I don't know if you get bonus rings for, like, when you finish. Or bonus medals, rather. So, losing your rings is not actually that big a deal. Because every time you get back to 100, I think you still get a medal. We'll see. No, I'm not 100% on that. No, I only got 4. Okay. Well, no, that would have been from the ones that I just picked up in the stage. So I know, losing your rings and then going back to the... Oh, you do get Act 2 and then Act 3. There are changes. Ah! So they did redo Act Sonic. Never mind. Okay. That's more content than I was expecting, and I'm not going to refuse that. So this should be us, yeah, fighting Knack. Or Fang. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to the whole PC port. Racking my brain over that in a moment. So the whole thing about the sun gazers, so again, I thought it was weird that they created like a quote-unquote original species. However, again, going back to the Japanese side of thing, Trip is identified with a specific phrase. Trip Sonic Wiki. Sun Gazer. Yoroi Tokage, literally armored lizard or girdled lizard. Yeah, girdle-tailed lizard, which is a... So the interesting thing is apparently the primary source refers to a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. But girdle-tailed lizards are... and I think I even still saw something similar to her helmet or something like that. But then there's also like a Bandai figure, the diversity of life on Earth, Ultimate Smog Giganteus, which again just seems like an armadillo. Yeah, giant girdled lizard. Oh, well, here you go. The Sun Gazer, also known as the giant girdled lizard, giant dragon lizard, Ovolk, or giant zonur. Largest species of the Cordylidae, a family of lizards from sub-Saharan Africa. And it's a threatened species. It was assigned the new genus Smaug. After the fucking... Yeah, it was named after the dragon from The Hobbit. Huh. Interesting, and that's also going to tie into something I know from later. Interesting. So the other weird thing is that, so like I was aware of the armadillo lizard, and like the tail of the armadillo lizard is very similar to Trip's tail, and they also do that like Ouroboros thing, which is similar to like how she does her double jump and her spin dash. So the armadillo girdled lizard, Ouroboros cataphractus, also commonly known as the armadillo lizard, the armadillo spiny-tailed lizard, and the golden armadillo lizard, is a species of the lizard family, Cordylidae. It was formerly included in the genus Cordylus, which was for girdle-tailed lizards. But no, it is now in the... Well, both of them are, they're just two different genuses of, so it is in the same one as the Sun Gazer. Okay, so Sun Gazer is not actually made up at all. Okay, cool. I learned something. I'm glad I looked that up on stream, honestly. Because I did not find that in my prior research. So she's kind of like a mix of the two. She's taken some inspiration. Oh, this is, I think this is new, because I remember Act Sonic just being chasing Fang the Hunter and not having an actual like level section. This is cool. And like this is very much like, hey, this level would not work unless you were playing as Trip. And then this is gonna put us back on yeah. Very cool. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. But yeah, again, level design, it's very generous for whatever reason, with, like, if there's going to be a death drop, it's going to be on the same screen. Like, you will not fall below your current screen height to a death drop below. And I think that is actually a remarkable change that I don't know if other, because I'm thinking back to Forces, and it's hard to think of just the 2D stages specifically, if there was that logic there, but I do think that Arzest maintains a sort of internal logic to how the stages are made, and that really shows in my opinion. And like, again, these stages might be kind of simple, but you know, I want to take another stab at that actually. These might be kind of simple, but there is an elegance to them, and that is Sonic in a nutshell. Like, Sonic stages do not have the, I don't want to call Mario stages complex, but they don't feel as crafted as Mario stages usually feel. Because those ones have a lot more exploring involved, you know? Whereas again, Sonic is about like going fast and navigating through the stages, and you know, that rule of the top path being the operative choice here. Oh, that might be the strategy. Is just go as sideways as possible and head it off at the pass. Ah, okay, we got it. It's interesting thinking about that in a 2D sense, despite it being a 3D thing. Chasing it forward is not the way to go. You gotta chase it sideways. Because you can't go right. Because it's always going left. So the camera's always going to force you to go left, so you just need to go hard left, so when it turns toward you... See, as frustrating as that has been to try and get it, like, once I kind of understood it, it was satisfying. So, I'm madly in love with this game, man. There's just so much to love, and it upsets me that, like, so... Forces getting its flack is like kind of whatever. I'm glad I have now been enlightened. But like, this game getting the lukewarm reception that it received, it depresses me, like, legitimately. Uh-oh. I should have just committed to just going. I think the game would have provided if I had gone left instead of trying to keep going up. But they might want me to do trip shenanigans, so we'll see. Yeah, no, they absolutely want me to. Which is fine, because, like, if this was originally a Sonic exclusive stage where they were kind of like, hey, use the drop dash to your advantage, now we're looking at, like, hey, use trips. Like, this is stage trip, but the entire game is trip focused. But this stage in particular is going to be more focused on her abilities. Uh-oh. That was weird. I didn't... okay. We're going off the script a little bit, but it's fine. They've given us the tools to make this work. Yeah, this is more fun, honestly. Like, they've increased the challenge by, like, again, Trip's abilities are so good, but they've still made this challenging despite her really good abilities. And I appreciate that. This is a really nice post-game pro-epilogue. I like this a lot. Hopefully it doesn't suddenly just stop short. Like, I am kind of hoping now that we get to play through the entire game. So let's, so we're going to what used to be Act 2. It is really frustrating to me that, if that was what I was thinking about, and I'm just gonna take a look at my own YouTube channel to think, like, what was there a PC port that I played recently that was, or am I just thinking of Sonic Colors Ultimate and Origins? If I go to my VODs channel, yeah, like, again, my whole thing with Sonic Colors is that game has such a strong identity of its own. It doesn't really have any of the baggage. Like, that's the weird thing, because, like, again, you have, you know, generations where they're doing something different with classic Sonic, but you are ultimately getting a mix of 2D and 3D, same with Forces. Those being the physics and whatnot not being ideal or being swapped up or whatever. I still think it's really interesting that, again, people have kind of flip-flopped on stuff like Sonic CD and whether they like classic Sonic and Generations or not. It is frustrating that, you know, Generations got this lavish, loving, upgraded port that apparently even has, like, improved cutscenes and stuff, and it looks super shiny. Like, I saw people doing comparison of the like Sonic and Shadow in front of the moon moments from Adventure 2. Get out of the way, cursor. I was also referencing the Sonic 3 movie and whatnot, all that good stuff. And then you have... I still cannot believe that the Lost World PC port is as, like, awkward as it is, because I think I already mentioned that you do have the dedicated jubble dump button. I think I made the exact same flub last time. Yeah, the jubble dump is stuck on. Oh, this is fun. Is stuck on circle, which is unnatural, and you can't rebind the controls in the PC version. Plus, you know, the whole wisp power thing. Oh, this is just endlessly looping. Oh, this is cool! I think I encountered this before in maybe one of the casino stages. I was kind of speculating about that. Uh-oh. That's really fun. Might have been here, honestly, but for some reason I remember it as the casino stage. But again, this, I keep saying casino, but the fact that they went for Carnival and then they went for... I keep wanting to call it Golden Palace Zone, even though that's not what it is. So I think that's the name of an actual casino in Vegas. I might be mistaken. I might be thinking of the Golden Saucer in Final Fantasy VII. I don't know. Well, multiple Final Fantasy titles, I guess. Because I think it also appears in, like, the MMOs. But I feel like this is the time where they have avoided what I still continue to believe is problematic gambling-related imagery of the slot machines by just making them just like, hey, this is just a ring. It's a ring hole. You get a whole bunch of rings from the ring hole. Don't think about it. It could be Japan's gambling laws. I did make that comment about how it's weird that we never got a Sonic Pachinko. I was really curious what that sound effect was. It's just 4 enemy sound effects stacked on top of each other. Yeah, just thinking it was so weird that we never got a pachinko level in a Sonic game. I mean, technically you could make arguments about whether pinball counts as pachinko and stuff like the stages in Sonic Rumble and whatnot, but like even Sonic Spinball, again, Sonic being a child of the 90s, you know, pinball, arcade culture, like, you have stuff like Carnival Night Zone and whatnot being called what they are, and stuff like Spring Yard Zone. But then you have the roulette, not roulette, slot machine imagery and whatnot. It's kind of undeniable what they're going for, you know? And that's another reason I want to go back to Casino Night. I think Casino Night was 2, and then Carnival Night was 3? So technically it was unfortunately 2 that caused that, and that just kind of carried forward. But I like how we have 2 of the Carnival stages, and neither of them feel particularly egregious, you know? So I do feel that there was like a decent amount of understanding from our Zest and whoever else at Sonic Team was working on this about what I personally feel is the direction that the series should have going forward. And I'll be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to care about Sonic CD, but I do want to keep giving Mania a chance because I know that aligns with so many longtime fans' memories of, again, Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD in kind of a microcosm. Whereas, again, this is very Sonic 1, 2, and Knuckles. Specifically Knuckles, not Sonic 3. This game does not have a lot of what I consider to be Sonic 3 DNA in it. Which is fine. But like I said before, I personally prefer everything in Sonic 3 way more than anything in Sonic and Knuckles. Excluding Mecha Sonic Mark II. And again, the whole confusing thing with Mecha Sonic, the original, and why I kept calling it Silver Sonic is apparently because of the Archie comics. But at the same time, I might not have enjoyed Forces as much without my background in the various Sonic cartoons and comics as a kid, so... I feel like, I wonder if Forces would have been better received if it came out after the IDW comics. But then we have a chicken and egg scenario where would the IDW comics have been what they were without Sonic Forces, you know? This phase is taking a lot longer than I remember. But that's fine. Yeah, still the Agrabos. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop worrying about the whole PC port situation. I must have just been thinking about Colors and Lost World, and how frustrating it is that sort of duology is just... Both of them are not great ports. Because I always wondered, like, oh, hey, Sonic Lost World got ported to PC. Why is no one talking about it? It's such a great game. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now I kind of understand. And again, it's not like it's bad. It's just really jank and awkward. And it's like one of those weird things where, like, I know that the problems with Origins were because of time crunch, because again, that was headed by the Sonic Mania people. Like, they know what they're doing. They just, like, whoa. Like, Christian Whitehead especially was in charge of the previous Sonic CD ports. Although that said, didn't really hear a lot of complaints against Sonic CD in that collection. It was mostly just the bugginess of the games and Sonic 3's music situation. I do appreciate that they restored the big arm fight, because because that is not a fight that you've been able to engage with since the Xbox 360 release of Sonic 3 Standalone. Which I thought there was like a weird, like a special launch option on the 360 that allowed you to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but when I recently went back, like within the last day or so to check out to make sure I had it installed and whatnot, because I'm not sure if I'm going to buy Origins to showcase the big arm fight. Okay, this is a tough stage. Which is fine. This should be a tough stage, quite frankly. Let's see if we can take a higher path, honestly. Okay, that's not a friendly fan. Alright. I think they want us to be close to the danger zone. I do think it is very strange that you cannot grab onto those surfaces as Trip. This stage feels weirdly under-equipped for her skill set. But we'll just try and stick to the higher path here. Oh, something else I meant to check. Actually, give me a sec here. I just need to look at my... God, I need to turn on a light as well. I'm just looking at my old collection to see which Sonic collection I have. I think for the GameCube, maybe. Just give me a sec. Yeah, so I do have the Sonic Mega Collection for the GameCube, in case, because the problem is the Sega Genesis Collection, Sonic 3 and Knuckles are combined as one game. Yeesh. If we could get a checkpoint soon, please. Actually, you know what? I've been playing too fair. How do I do fire? Okay, jump. Yes. Oh, that's weird. I have completion. Oh, breakout. I forgot that was a thing. That's a cute animation. Yeah, her having a unique super transformation is really charming too. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't want to completely trivialize the stage. But yeah, so in the Sega Genesis collection, you do get the proper like level select experience. I wonder if this is just looping back over the same stage, if you could fall back to the beginning with the death pits, or if we are past all that now. But the Digital Eclipse / Backbone Entertainment ports on Xbox Live Arcade. Oh no, now I remember these, yeah. Kind of weird. I feel like this should have maybe been saved for the Carnival or Golden Capital stage, but whatever, it's fun. The save and character select screens are completely removed from those versions in favor of a very generic, like Xbox 360 save and load system, which is not great in my opinion. And I totally forgot that was a thing. I also apparently never played the 360 version, so I can't remember when was the last time I actually fought, you know, Big Arm in a port of Sonic 3. It must have been back on the Mega Collection. Uh-oh. All right, well, what are we gonna get now? Are we gonna get the same challenge? Nope. Okay, good. No. That was weird. Oh, it left kind of a sustained trail. What, did I just clip through that? Nice. Oh, and what, like barely into my golden enemy journey, I got the 100 medals from special stages. So, like, the people that were complaining about the grind for that, like, even once I started trying for Amy's hammer attacks as well, like there are stages you can, particularly the boss of Lagoon Goon Zone. Spawns a whole bunch of the Water Strider enemies. That's the jellyfish boss. So any of the achievements for well, Tails and Knuckles might not work. But they can also fly, so they can kind of do that in a bunch of other stages. Just find a spot with a whole bunch of enemies, I guess. I like how there's still like background elements even in those sections. Wants me to use... Alright, sure. Ooh! Well, that'll save me some time later. Where am I going right now is my question. I think I'm supposed to be going left right now. Oh god. Yeah, if we could avoid dying, that would be great. Excellent. Man, alright. Okay, you guys are gonna keep doing that. Alright. Whoa, alright. Ah, that's a nice obstacle to add, actually. Whew. Really? Okay. I'm just gonna wait for it. No. All right. Okay, so we got 3 of these, and then one of them is loose. I forget if we saw those in a previous stage or not. Because in the section where you normally see Tails in the jungle, there's something. Oh god. It's another Labyrinth Zone boss. Really like that. The vertical scrolling boss fights. Not that I mind, the variety of them in this game is pretty solid. Oh no. So much for that golden enemy. Man. Well. Not as worried about that as the Tails doll. I don't think there's a reward I need to show off for getting all those. It's real awkward. What? Oh no. Man. All right. Well, I mean that's twice that we would have failed that challenge. Oh, we can skip this. Here we go. Ugh. Those patterns are really tight-knit. And it's not even like this controls poorly or anything like that. I will say I do not like the rings inconsistently, like sometimes they go up, sometimes they come down. We'll just have to try and get as many rings as we can. Yeah, excuse me? Too late. Already did that twice. Motherfucker. All right. Ooh. Okay. I mean, these are some old school bosses, honestly. The bullet hell stuff is certainly a new concept, but the honestly, these boss fights are very much par for the course, as you would see in one of the old school Sonic games. Oh, goddamn. Give me my ring back. Thank you. Trip the Sun Gazer. God damn it. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Damn. Threaded that needle for nothing. Yeah, so technically you caused it. That's how it works. So this is actually your fault. Sometimes I feel like I can hit them back to back, and then sometimes they're invincible for longer than I think they are. And if I can stick closer to the lower section of the screen, those segments go by a lot easier. Okay, I guess I'll die. Motherfucker. I mean it literally. I feel like I had no issues with this the first time I did it. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with Trip. Wait, I can use my... Alright. Just take it slow. There we go. Is that the most appropriate? I could slow it down, I guess, but... Okay, so while I'm falling, I can't use any abilities. Really? Okay. It's a very Mega Man style boss fight, honestly. Also, if you get hit closer to the bottom of the screen, you have more of a buffer to grab your rings. Well, okay. I need something. Whoa. Yeah, okay, if you just stick to the bottom of the screen, then it'll go over your head. The tricky thing with a double jump in this kind of game is you need to hold the button to get your high jump after landing on something. But, Actually, no, she would get an extra jump after that. Was I just not thinking with portals? I think I wasn't thinking with portals. All right, well, that was surprisingly difficult. Oh, here we go. There's my robot. What are we doing for medals right now? Can you do that on this screen? No. Oh my god, right off the bat, you're gonna be griefing me? Okay. The bouncer has showed up. No child gambling allowed. That's what loot boxes are for. Yeah, I think I just wasn't using all the brain cells. Oh my god, how much am I gonna just do the same thing? There we go. Aha! Wait, was that 5 medals? Yeah, it was. Get in here. Again, those barrel noises sound way too good. Huh. Yes. I don't know why the game is not auto-selecting that for me. Motherfucker. Alright. Oh, okay. There was a bonus stage. I'm not sure if this is necessarily harder or if I'm making it harder. I do believe, like, one of the complaints I saw for this game that I didn't fully understand until just now is I do believe I saw somebody complain about how going through Trip's story, you have circumstances like that where they kind of expect you to have the emerald powers, but you might not. Which might be why it's not auto-selecting it there, which is, again, a strange decision, but... That's the stuff I like. I backtracked. Alright. It looked cool, though! Can't say it didn't. No, let's take a lower path this time. I do like how this is kind of tapping into the chemical plant level design. Is this going to take us back to where we just were? No. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine. There we go. Almost. Now we just need to do that. And... oh, we didn't test that one. Hooray! That did not seem as worth it as I was expecting. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. That is so fast that you still need to kind of spin dash through it. Okay. Right, and then this sequence. Woo! Ooh, that was smooth. It's been a hot minute. Let's do one of these. This is the way we want to go. Perfect. I still really like the fact that you can see the next stage in the background. Ah, well. Something that Toe Jam and Roll Back in the Groove was supposed to do, but I felt like it never really... It's either super subtle or doesn't work most of the time. Okay, so the electricity powers off if I hit all the symbols. Ow! Okay. Or I can just jump over all of it. Oh, when in Rome. My ring! No! Oh, he takes cover. They caught on. That is appreciated that they do that for the last leg. I also really appreciate that the electricity at the bottom turns off after you hit the boss. It's an interesting gesture that I feel like the last boss could have used. Oh no. Ah, interesting. After attacking the ground, he exposes himself to damage. All right. How are we doing for... Oh, the octopus is chilling there. How am I doing for metals? Probably poorly. Oh, better than I expected. Honestly, since we are going to end up fighting... Oh my god, please stop freaking out, game. Let's grab the bunny head first. Okay, yeah, so you cannot change the color of the battle mask. Kind of like the green. Purple might not be bad either. Ah, that's kind of a nice detail. Yeah. I think I like that. Definitely need to get some more paint. Oh, we got another fruit stage. Knock on wood, this one should be easier. Oh, we cannot double jump. Never mind. There we go. God, what? Huh? Interesting. I expected it would fling me forward, but I think I got wedged. Those bumpers are very aggressive. Okay, so let's try and get out of this as soon as possible. There we go. Uh-oh. Huh. Because I think it is propelling me forward, but I keep hitting a bumper and getting flung back into it with 0 rings. This is weirdly difficult for no reason. Okay. That somehow worked out. Okay. No. Greed. Yes. I don't actually think I triggered it. Oh well. Sure. Let's get out of here. I still think it's a shame that well, I'm curious what will happen with Tails Doll if the golden enemies don't return. We'll see if we can encounter it again. It seems like they've completely done away with the switches to turn the various colored flames on and off. Yeah, so it definitely feels like they're trying to make this more difficult. Oh, hi. Oh, there you go. So they don't actually damage you. They just act as a living pinball bumper. That'll do. Oh, maybe not. Oh boy. All right. There we go. So I think this is still correct. Whoa, yes. And it's the next section where we need to make sure we get... Oh my god. Please stop. There we go. Nope, Tails Doll does not show up. Bummer. Ooh, spooky haunted rings floating in the air. I want to say that was new, because that was where we encountered Amy before. So I'm assuming the timeline is that Trip's gonna basically go through her whole story, and then all the other characters will have their story begin. Why are you suggesting I slow down time? God damn it. Alright. Oh, what's going on? Ah, there's a whole path of bombs that go into the thing. Interesting. This is probably going to be the difficult. Yeah. All right. I feel like maybe there is a reward for completely destroying it, but I don't know what that reward would be. Oh, is the bottom of the machine electrified now? Interesting. Yeah, okay. So they are learning. You know, that movement pattern is absolutely taking a page of that one boss that I vaguely recall. Nice. It seems like in exchange for making this phase more difficult, they have made the... Yeah. There are fewer... No, maybe they just increase as the boss loses health. Really? Okay. It's fine. I mean, technically I can do the same, I guess. Oh, they thought about that. You can't completely climb up the wall. Oh, how's this gonna work? Ah, there you go. Oh, that's cool. All right. But then it's gonna come down anyway. All right. Oh, this is a fun remix on the boss fight. Yeah. I do get the impression that these bosses have more health as well. So I think best zone is next. Oh no, we had the octopus. Well, this was like the first animal friend that we saw Trip interacting with. Actually, I'm curious. Hold on. So the emeralds aren't being highlighted here for some reason. That's purple. Weird. Maybe it's different for Trip's story? But I could have sworn that we passed by some. Yeah, so the yellow emeralds... You would not even have that capability playing through Trip's story. Huh. Interesting. You just have to take another way. Okay, so Pinball Carnival. Act 2, Flame, Destroy Statue. Someone has asked that question and no one answered it. On Reddit, at least. Oh, interesting. So in Act 1 of Pinball Carnival, that 3, 2, 1, go. That is actually sampled from the Louvre level in Rhythm Thief. It's pitched down, as far as I recall. But yeah, that's where that's from. That's really cute. Yeah, most people seem to agree that it's just flavor. Apparently there's also an Easter egg in Act 2. Well, let's see if we can find this, actually. One of the higher routes immediately following a roller coaster section leads to a wall with a drawing of Sonic and Amy under an umbrella. Higher routes immediately following a roller coaster. That's super vague. There's no image of it. It is also possible that it might not show up. So let's go back to the main story as Tails. It's going to be a higher path in after a roller coaster. So I guess we'll just take every roller coaster and then immediately fly up as high as we can go. So this is one dead end, but it doesn't have a wall. Or at least not a background wall. Now, considering that one golden enemy in the second last level, it is possible that that is in the vicinity of the Pales doll. Because that is directly after this roller coaster here. Yeah, we deliberately didn't follow this path. There we go. Yeah, okay, more Eggman graffiti. All right, that's cute. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna bang all this out in one session. I want to at least finish Sand Sanctuary, which I think is where we stopped the first session. This absolutely has some hydrosity vibes to it. Very charming. Oh, these guys are electrified now. I do really want to get back on Demon Tides, but I'm just enjoying this game so much. But yeah, Trip is honestly like one of my favorite Sonic characters now. Like, I'm gonna be that guy and say, yeah, say what you want about this maybe being a bit Sonic and Knuckles revisionist. It's Echidna Erasure. Oh, this is a fun little thing. So this is where one of the golden enemies were. This guy was golden. I appreciate that they give you a reason to climb up waterfall. Oh, this is looped back to like the beginning challenge, I think. Yeah, nice. I do think that those stages should use the same logic as the Sonic 1 special stages, where, you know, after 3 failures, they skip to the next one. But some of those get real hard. Ah, no, my checkpoint. Oh, don't mind if I do. Nope, god damn it. Yeah. I also really like them bringing back the water slides from Labyrinth Zone. Like, it is, again, it's really cool how much this is, like, Sonic Mania obviously took things very literally, by just having a whole bunch of retro stages brought back with maybe some reimaginings? I don't know. It's fun being able to double jump after every bounce. Also, I really like the adorable Badnik design that they have going on for this game. There are a lot of cute enemies. But yeah, whereas Sonic Mania was very... like, it has its own original stages, sure. But it is very literal. You are, you know, the Phantom Ruby, you know, transporting you to classic stages and whatnot. Whereas this game is very much... yeah, what if we took everything from the Genesis era and used that to make an entirely fresh Sonic game? In a lot of ways, it is very clear that this is Mania 2. And I feel like Mania 2 probably, well, I shouldn't say that. It probably would have been a similar mix of, like, the stages that they didn't get to redo with some new original ones. But, I don't know, I kind of like that this game has its own identity, despite, again, the echidna erasure. Why am I allowed to push this? I think it's interesting that the Eggman sign there has, oh, interesting. So, her double jump does actually count as an attack, whereas the single doesn't. Interesting. Yeah, I like how there was algae on the Eggman sign. Let's see if we can get the 200 fruits again. That's weird that the spin dash doesn't count. We have this. No? Can't have any grilled pineapple? All right. Never actually tried it myself, but sounds like it might be really nice. Also throw some tahini on that. Probably be quite nice. Ah, and for hitting 50, you get a fruit. Okay. See, that's what I mean. That sometimes, okay, that does not count as a wall. Yeah. Is there a benefit to this? No? Because otherwise that would have just gone down in the center. Alright. For the record, I'm not even a big pineapple fan. Although I am one of those people that, like, I don't personally like pineapple on pizza, but I can certainly understand the appeal of Hawaiian. The salty and sweet combination of the ham with the pineapple. I can definitely see why that would be a thing for some people. Aha! Okay. Interesting. Well, there goes my dragon form. Do they turn off after a moment? No, but they do turn off when they go. Oh. Can I? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Aha! Yes. I'm probably overcommitting to the fruits, but you know what? Trip deserves a snack. I still love the grape enemies. It feels like that enemy was like custom designed to antagonize Knuckles. And I respect that. Again, am I starting to lobby for Echidna erasure? Maybe. Vote Sungazer, not Echidna. Come on, if I feel like grilled pineapple would be, because like people have made jokes about like onion rings in Sonic, and like the April Fool's joke this year, because it is April 1st today, from the Sonic social media account is this weird like sitcom thing of a bunch of puppets gathering together to have onion rings at the, a place that's famous for their onion rings or whatever. I feel like grilled pineapple would absolutely be a thing that Sonic would enjoy. I don't know. It just seems like something that would make sense to go along with chili dogs for whatever reason. I don't know if that's crazy. So here's where you would normally meet up with Amy. But now we're gonna have a lot more control. I think we may have lost our chance at getting 200 fruit. Oh, maybe not. I don't recall that being too difficult when I first did this. Ow. Ah, well, again, there goes my 50 rings. Fairly certain it was 200 and not 100, but maybe it was. I'm gonna look that up, actually. Just to sate my own curiosity. Hey, we destroyed enough item boxes that we got the item box head. That's for destroying like 100 item boxes, I think. Oh my god, please stop. Controller. I feel like after not using this controller for a while, the upwards left stick drift calmed down a lot, and then after I started using it again, it started freaking out. So let's get blue at least. Oh, that's why I got locked into this menu, I think, because the item has been purchased thing is a prompt that I need to confirm. Oh, okay. I might grab the item box head, honestly, when I can afford it. Okay, what if we go... If we go to the arms... I do like that. Oh, that looks terrible. So my question is, we can actually... Okay, no, this is on a piece-by-piece basis. So I like the color of the legs as they are. How'd I feel if I made these blue? No, I think the body is taking away from that. Whereas with these, you still get the white arms. I also picked up this, which is... Eh. Yeah, we also haven't grabbed purple. So what if we make this blue? Yeah, I would need to do something with the head first. Yeah, so item box. Interesting, because you can't recolor it, you can only buy the one. Interesting. So item box and the Amy head, and then it'd be nice to re-up. Maybe grab the purple just to see it. Alright. So if I go looking at the achievement guide again. What was the thing that I wanted to look up? It was the fruit thing. Oh, it's just 100. Well, there you go. And for some reason, I was remembering as a plate of fruit, and not a pile of fruit. And this guy's still just chilling over there. Actually, for comparison's sake, let's go back to the main menu. Is that guy chilling there on the regular story? Yeah, we'll say I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, I think they're trying to go for a sepia tone, and it's not doing it for me. No, the animal friend is not there. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so there are like 12 or 11 zones, I think. So yeah, it does make sense to end things with Sand Sanctuary. Also, I just want an excuse to play that stage again, quite frankly. It's also where the game starts to pick up in difficulty, I feel. Not that this already hasn't been. Oh, you get knocked out of that, huh? Alright. Similar to the bubbles. This is such a vibe of a song. Those fish make an awful noise. This song is also kind of reminiscent of something, but I can't put my finger on it. Hey, bud. Oh, you're not gonna help? Okay. Yeah, the golden enemy, by the way, I literally just fell right past it. Where the previous bubbles were in front of the octopus, you just use the water emerald power to go straight up, and then you wall climb up above that point. Or fly up with tails. But you can definitely do it as Trip as well. I think they made that a conscious decision, that you should be able to get every golden enemy with Trip. I mean, you could probably get them with every character, really, but... that was... what's happening here? Oh, I think we have encountered a critical pathing bug. Oh no, we have completely nullified. Oh boy. Alright, hold on. Let's see if we fixed it. Yeah, we did. Alright, cool. We're gonna die, but, you know... That was strange. Yeah, that was what was supposed to happen. There we go. It's weird because like this is not a long game. Like even compared to Sonic Forces, which is about 8 hours, this is like a 6-hour run. But I don't know, there's still something about it that I find like I need to pace myself for whatever reason. It could be due to the variety of stages and environments and whatnot. Or because the individual stages are so long, they feel a bit more involved. Because, like, again, stages in, oh no, something broke. Oh no, never mind. There was supposed to be another floor on the original version of this fight, but I forgot that you can use the propellant of the drills. Again, the remixes of the boss fights continue to be quite enjoyable. Forcing you to use gimmicks that Amy otherwise was able to kind of ignore. Uh-oh. Oh, this is fun. This is like, the first, or the boss of Hydrosity? See, and I wouldn't have, I didn't get to see that before. See, now he's electrified, so we're gonna be forced to hang out up here, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, let's get some O2. Bam. Oh, he's still got his little scuba pack. Fun. Yeah, I feel like the stage remixes have become a little less noticeable, but the boss remixes have definitely become more significant. We're also not really getting like story transitions between the stages. We get to see the little snake buddy in the background, which I don't think. So this is blue. But neither of these commit to which one gives you the purple emerald. Weird. Because there were definitely rings. So if we go back to the main story, does the snake show up? I assume not, because that's kind of like the reveal at the end of the stage. You get to see your snake bud, who's been taking you through Sand Sanctuary. Yeah, no. Alright. Yeah, because 7, 8, and then you get the Frozen Factory, then you go to cyberspace. So that'll be 10. No, wait. Did I have that in the wrong order? Press Factory is what I was thinking of. Golden Capital. So, oh, and then it goes straight to Cyberstation. Then Frozen Base leads to Egg Fortress. Okay. So 11. That's 8. Yeah. Got it. Of course, there's that that unevenness with some of the stages being single act. Oh my god, please stop. Maybe we'll do battle mode this stream. Just to see what it looks like, and so I can do it off stream. Yeah. Oh, that's new. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, and the song that I was trying to place in the credits was just the second awesome part of San Sanctuary's theme. So you've got that awesome Spanish guitar, and then you've got, like, the main portion. Oh my god. This part. So good. I do feel that there is a bit of a lack of flavor without having the other characters, like, appearing in the backgrounds and whatnot, but it's fine. Also needs to be said, I do like the running animation that Trip has. God damn it. Trying to make sure I'm in the double jump animation when I'm hitting enemies. Because Trip's like ability achievement is one of the game's hidden achievements, because she's a hidden character, and it bothers me when I have hidden achievements, because I like to be able to look at all the achievements, whether I've earned them or not. Again, I understand that, you know, for spoiler reasons, you would hide stuff like that, and that is appreciated. But for someone like me that wants to collect everything, that's why I do appreciate that on Steam and PS4 you can, like, show those. But for the sake of completion, I do like being able to... Please give... No! Oh, no. Alright. Ah, okay, that actually affects the pace of the, Yeah, Sky Temple's one of the tricky ones. Especially the very beginning. Once you get past the death pits, you're pretty good, but... Stage felt a lot shorter than I remember. I really wish there was an Act 2 for Sand Sanctuary. Its song is way too good to only appear in one stage. So you always know which one is going to be the mole because they're the ones that reach the foreground faster. And that's important because at this stage, the only way you can hurt the boss is by attacking the moles. I don't even know if those tiles damage you, but I have to assume they must. All right. So let's see if we can get a match in battle mode. Not expecting that to be possible. Oh, actually, let's do to act fruit. Because I think that's the last one. And then when I next stream this, it'll just be a straight shot to the finish line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, okay. That'll do. Ugh. I don't think I had any rings there, but that didn't kill me. Weird. Still not sure I fully understand. Like I keep expecting it's going to be a rotation. But no, you hold a direction and it just puts you on that axis. So if you hold down right, it'll have you going around down right and up left. And there's just something about that feels unnatural to me, so I keep second guessing it. There we go. Now that I've said it out loud. Now my brain comprehends. Now we're cooking. Yeah, okay. Oh, ooh. There we go. Not 600, but pretty close. Goddamn. Loads of money. Yeah, honestly, I might just farm that off stream. Let's grab that purple paint before I forget. There we go. Stop, controller. All right. Let's see if we can get anything going in battle mode. I'm assuming this is going to be like a speed run against another person. Well, there is an offline option. We'll give it enough time until it times out. Offline mode might require a second controller. Here, I'll tab out. I can watch that on my second monitor. Guides. Battle mode, part list. Yeah, so there is a ranking system. You can get accessories like the emergency vehicle light that go above your head. There are flickies that can fly over your head if you achieve Bronze Ricky rank. If you buy 100 items, you get an angel halo. There's a chimney, which just looks like a Mario pipe. If you quote-unquote play battles, there's like a gold, rainbow, star, and heart thing you can get above that for achieving gold, legend, super, and platinum rank, respectively. The one I want is called Spring. It's actually like a clockwork key. Oh, bots. This has bots? I matched with how many? Okay. Oh. This is Fall Guys. Well, shit. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we can at least win one. We can't. Oh, I can move the camera like this. Okay. Well, that was embarrassing. So can you actually gain rewards against bots? Oh! There's a point system. Okay. I'm assuming I can spin dash. Oh, that's fun. Alright. Oh god, there are weapons. Banana! Oh, this really is just like the old Genesis battle stages. Oh god. This is embarrassing. I'm actually being beaten by the bots. Oh, at least I'm in third. Well, that's cute. I didn't expect that they would actually do this. This song is very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, though. Like Hyperstone Heist. So I'm assuming there's gonna be like 3 or 4. I played myself. See, I was just about to compliment the AI on the race. But the AI does not seem to be doing very well when it comes to star snatching. Which is fine, because I need to get ahead anyway. Okay, this is fun. I feel like this could have been a bigger thing, but it makes sense for something like Sonic Rumble Party to exist instead. Oh, that was the final round? Okay. So where is that gonna put me? No! Damn it! By 4 points, huh? Oh, that bot was fucking cranked. All right. Oh, and you get medals for it. That's nice. Oh, that's such a paltry amount. I wonder if you get a lot more if you get in first. Okay, so we'll try and win one. And then we'll see how the offline works. I doubt that the offline will give us points. But yeah, so I do want to get the quote-unquote spring, because it's like a clockwork key, and that reminds me of Dynamite Heady. I like that a lot. And then there's the black paint for buying all the extra 4 prototypes. And then you also get a metal trip and orange paint for beating Trip's story. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's more challenging than I expected. I mean, I played through the game mostly as Amy, and you know that's the character that's most similar to Trip. But definitely having a harder time with Trip, despite the fact that Trip is, in my opinion, better than Amy because she can double jump repeatedly after hitting an enemy. So those do crumble after a moment. Now, do they... So as long as we don't stand on them consistently, They seem to just stay up forever. Whew. Just playing this like Hexagon and Fall Guys. Nice. Yeah, part of me feels like I should have played a Sonic more. The drop dash is really fun. It is definitely at its best in this one. What am I looking at here? Is this gonna be a shoot 'em up? Yeah, Zap Scrap. There we go. What? Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Super beam. No! Okay, we're getting a bit Smash Bros-y with this. That's fun. So it's like a weird Lego stage, because there are the Lego skins and all that. Okay, I still have a very significant lead. We're probably Gucci. Oh, massacre! So it's probably like 3 to charge your laser. Let's see if we can go for a perfect score. Which I probably just jinx myself. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a race now, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't waste time spin dashing if I don't need to. What did that even give me? I think it's kind of a missed opportunity that there's no Lego level. These are charming. Oh, it's throwing out the bananas, right, okay. I was hoping I would get, like, a speed boost or something. Oh, the tornado. Yeah! Oh no! Oh, that's embarrassing, guys. Sonic games. For what it's worth, the AI is not bad, but that was, I think I'm probably gonna end up grabbing the Amy head because the the rabbit is not doing it for me. I was not expecting this game to have a fucking Fall Guys mode. This is the best Sonic game. It just is. Rookie too, huh? Interesting. So there is a single player option. What is this going to do? So it does queue us up with bots. I noticed. Welcome on in. My server, unfortunately, is not super active. It's mostly a lot of me rambling about stuff in gaming. Oh, that reminds me. I never even finished talking about the rant that I was trying to explain earlier. I only talked about the Sonic side of things. So I was just kind of remarking how it's interesting how Sonic has so many games, and people are very picky and choosy about them. There are ones that are the good ones, and then there are ones that are the bad ones. And then there are ones that people tend to ignore, like Riders for the most part. Poor critical reception. Some people seem to really like them or have nostalgia for them, but I think most people kind of ignore them. And then there's the whole Olympic Games and all that. Blah, 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 blah. But then you have, like, franchises like Mega Man, right? And I want to be clear. Mario is the thing I'm not a big fan of. Like, I grew up on both Sonic and Mega Man. My neighbor had Mario and Mega Man was my favorite of what he had. So the Blue Blur and the Blue Bomber were my bread and butter. The Huxtuple B combo. But I think it is a little silly that Sonic has this reputation for having quote-unquote bad games. Like almost on a level of something like Bubsy, to an extent, depending on who you ask. Wow, the AI is really good at this stage in particular, and I am not. But then you think about Mega Man, and it's not like Mega Man has, like, really, really bad games. It does have some mediocre ones, but people just seem to not engage with the ones that are bland. Like, you ask most people who grew up with Mega Man on the NES, and you ask them what their favorite one is, and it's probably gonna be 2 or 3. A few people may have played 1. Similar to Sonic 1, I don't think people have high opinions of 1. But, like, 2 for me is the king, like, without question. But there are a lot of people who grew up with Mega Man 3, and that is the one that they swear by. They say that they prefer it to 2. I think they're crazy. But then there's 4, 5, and 6 that, like, nobody ever talks about. And 7 that I didn't actually realize existed because nobody talked about it until I saw Mega Man 8 for the PlayStation. And never got to play it until the Mega Man Anniversary Collection on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. Then you have Mega Man X. 1 and 3 are amazing. 2 is pretty good. A lot of people don't really talk about 2. Then you have 4 through 6, which again have their share of issues. I think most people played 4. 5 was kind of the redheaded stepchild. 6 was quite popular, but I feel like those 2 got less play than 4. 7 was hated by a lot of people. 8 had a lot of mixed opinions. Then you have stuff like did 0 come next or Battle Network? Either way, it doesn't really matter. But like 0, again, 1 and 3 are kind of the big ones there. A lot of people kind of sleep on 2. I'm not saying that it's good or bad, necessarily. Okay, so you do not earn experience. That makes sense. It's just a lot of people don't talk about it. I don't think I know a single person who's ever played Mega Man 04. Then you have Battle Network. Again, 1, similar to Mega Man 1, rough around the edges. Some people started with that. I don't think anyone calls that their favorite. Battle Network 2, for me, that's the great one. I think the final boss and the concept of it in 3 is really creative, but I think that Battle Network 3 is nowhere near as good. I actually prefer Battle Network 4, but 4 is considered to be the bad one because they went with the graphical style change, and I don't think it was as long as the others, and that one was actually blasted by fans quite a bit. And then you have
certain spin-offs, like network transmission. You know, nobody cares about Battle and Chase or the Power Fighters. Everybody loves Mega Man Legends, though. Most people don't care about the Star Force games. I don't really know anybody who's been super into those, and the people who have played them have been like, they're whatever. Same with ZX. Like, those games are solid, but there's a reason why there's only 2 of them. And so I look at Mega Man, and to me, when we talk about Mega Man as a franchise, we're kind of just talking about Mega Man 2 and 3, Mega Man X 1 and 3 and 4, maybe 8. Command Mission is like a whole other thing I forgot to mention. 0, 1, and 3, Battle Network 2 and 3, and like everything else, and then ZX1. And then everything else just didn't really have the sales and then Legends 1 and 2. And then everything else is just in this weird nebulous thing of like, they're either considered to be quite poor, like your you know, X7 and maybe X8, maybe Command Mission, Battle Network 4, etc., etc. So I always think it's interesting that Mega Man is this like beloved fan favorite that people want to see coming back, but there's not a lot of engagement with it, and people are very picky and choosy about which ones they consider are great. And it's kind of like you have Sonic sitting here with a lot of great games, but then a lot of what are considered bad games. So it's almost like Mega Man just pumping out a whole bunch of the same kind of themed game again and again and again, and not being noticed is better than having a wider variety of completely different games like Sonic, with a few of those being considered bad. And I kind of feel like Mario and more so Kirby are in a similar space. So Mario, when I talk about Mario, I'm mostly referring to the new Super Mario Bros. Games. I personally can't stand those games. I think they're really boring. It's nice to have Mario games with co-op on the same screen and the madness therein. But that, like, if you're not playing those games in co-op, I don't think they're worth playing at all. Wonder is the exception to that, because it's really charming. They put the effort in to make that a much better single-player experience at the cost of multiplayer. I don't... But then again, I also haven't really seen footage of people playing that on the same console. And that's fine, Dehono. Again, I'm not saying that your personal nostalgia is bad. I just think that compared to every other 2D Mario game, those are really the bottom of the barrel. And you can only go up from there. They have redeeming qualities. Like I said, the co-op is great, but they should have been online sooner, and Wonder is this weird mixed bag of like whatever it's trying to do. But I think Wonder might be more like New Super Mario Bros. If you play it locally with other people. But again, I just have not seen enough of people playing it that way. So, and then we have Kirby, right? So, again, everybody loves Kirby Superstar, one of the best games ever made, no question. There are a lot of classic Kirby games like Kirby 3, for example. I played the original on Game Boy. That's one of the games that my neighbor had. Again, I had a Game Gear for a while before I got my own like Game Boy Pocket, and he had the original Game Boy. So any Game Boy games I played typically came from him first. So I think Kirby on Game Boy is better than the first Kirby game on the NES. And I don't even remember what the fuck Kirby 2 is, to be honest. I just remember Kirby 3, which was solid. Kind of like the Yoshi's Island of Kirby games. But again, it was one of those things that I don't think a lot of people played back in the day. For a lot of people, it's just Kirby on Game Boy and then Superstar. And then there's 64. Then there's a whole bunch of GBA games. And some people swear by those games, just like some people swear by Sonic Advance, which I completely forgot to mention earlier. But I don't know which ones of those are good. And when I say good, I mean like well and above the rest, because I'm sure they're all okay. I don't think any of them are bad. Just like how I'm saying, I'm not trying... I'm being a bit hyperbolic about New Super Mario Bros. I really don't like those games, but I don't think they are inherently bad. And with Kirby, I think all Kirby games are good to an extent, but there are a lot that just don't get played. But people remember the ones that are super significant. People even have mixed opinions on Kirby 64, but then they come back to Kirby Superstar. They'll talk about the 3D one. God, I can't remember. The first one for the 3DS, and then Planet Robobot was quite popular. And so I heard a lot about those, but not a whole lot about the GBA ones. And there were many of those, and I don't know what made them. Triple Deluxe, thank you. I actually had that one. It was okay. It was fine. I probably would have enjoyed Robobot more, but I couldn't justify the additional purchase. Because again, Kirby games are also very samey, much like Mega Man. And then we had the basically the equivalent of the New Super Mario Bros. Games for the Wii with Kirby Return to Dreamland. And there are a few games like that, a few downloadable ones and whatnot. I personally think Return to Dreamland was very boring, much like New Super Mario Bros. It's very unambitious, but it had sick-ass co-op, you know? So there were things that it was doing that the other games could not, that is worthy of respect. So a lot of people swear by those games, even though I personally think that they are individually quite underwhelming. So again, I look at Kirby as another franchise similar to Mega Man there are a few like real standout games. Mega Man I think has a lot more going on for it than Kirby does. And again, I'm not going to talk smack about most 2D Mario games. Most of those are amazing. It's really just New Super Mario Bros. That I take issue with. But yeah, Mega Man and Kirby are just these weird outliers where I feel like there's a whole bunch of them that people just don't engage with, compared to Sonic, where every time a bad Sonic game comes out, it's just like, oh, it's another bad Sonic game. Sonic doesn't have good games. And yeah, it's just, I feel like the fact that Sonic is, Mega Man and Kirby occupy this weird middle ground where they are consistently average to really good, and they're just constantly coming out. So it kind of doesn't matter which ones you play or how many you play, because so many of them are similar. Let's be real here. Pick one GBA game, pick one 3DS game for Kirby, pick one NES game, one Mega Man X game, one Zero game, one Battle Network game. You're kind of set when it comes to Mega Man, You can really just pick one from each generation, and you kind of get the idea. Whereas Sonic, I feel like there's more experimentation. Because again, you think about how maybe there are like 5 or 6 types of Mega Man game, but like how many different approaches to Sonic are there? There's the Genesis era. There's spin-offs like Spin Dash and 3D Blast. There's the adventure games. There's the Boost era. There's the Advance era. There's the storybook games. There's Sonic Frontiers. There's Mania and this, which are technically Genesis era. There are other games that are considered part of the Boost era, like Rush and Generations, Colors, Lost World, blah 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 blah. Like Lost World is quite experimental compared to everything else, and I respect that Sonic takes risks, but that's the name of the game. They are taking risks, and that, for whatever reason, has resulted in Sonic having this weird lower tier reputation compared to some of his peers that I think, again, I'm not trying to be antagonistic toward like Mega Man and Kirby fans here. That's not what I'm trying to get at here. I just think it's this weird, almost double standard of those games getting to just kind of exist and be like, oh, remember Kirby though? Remember Mega Man? Can't wait for the next Mega Man. Where I'm like, and like, I'll be honest, I didn't like Mega Man 10. 11. I did not like the dual, like the time slow system versus the extra damage or whatever. I found that added a weird complication to the formula that I didn't enjoy, which is weird because I'm totally fine with the Mega Man X games and how those operate. I think that the best Mega Man games in the longest time have been 9 and 10, particularly 9. Again, we're getting into the, you know, do you prefer 2 or 3? To me, Mega Man 9 is the Mega Man 2 of the recent era, whereas 10 is more closer to 3. And then it makes me upset that Intercreates then went on and helped Inafune make Mighty Number 9, and then they made Gunvolt, and neither of those games feel like Mega Man because they're doing this weird score attack nonsense where you're tagging enemies and electrifying them, or tagging them and then dashing into them. And it's just like, neither of these, like, just make more Mega Man 9, please. And then Capcom is like, well, we're going to make Mega Man 11, and then Dual Override is probably going to be Mega Man 11 too. Because you say something like Dual Override, and it's like, well, there were already the two systems, the damage boost or the slowdown in Mega Man 11. So is this just going to be the same? We know very little about it. It looks better than Mega Man 11, certainly. But like, I just want Intercreates to go back to making Mega Man games. And for the record, I'm not the biggest fan of the Zero games. They took kind of the worst parts of the late Mega Man X series with like collecting the Reploids as like permanently missable things, and having like time limited quests, and that, you know, if you don't complete certain quests before you beat certain stages, you can't go back and do them, or if you don't get the fairies or whatever, then you can't, and then it's like, well, you can't use the fairies, or that lowers your rating for the rest of the game. And it's just like, oh my god, who designed this shit? Like, it's easy to see how we went from Mega Man 0 to Gunvolt, but then they made Mega Man 9 and 10, which were, I would almost go as far as saying that Mega Man 9 is as good as, if not in some ways better than Mega Man 2. Which I think a lot of people would consider a heretical statement, but, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that's my weird rant about the perception of Sonic as a franchise versus some of his peers. I mean, again, I'm not going to try and compare Sonic to Mario. I don't think that's a fair comparison. Mario 3D games are incomparable in their quality. And, you know, classic Mario and Sonic, I do feel go toe-to-toe. But modern 2D Mario, again, as I just said with the new Super Mario Bros. Games, until Wonder, was very non-experimental, very much settling into its own existence, and just kind of continuing that status quo for the longest time. Whereas, again, well, I guess the question is whether you want to compare some of those games to like Sonic Advance or Sonic Rush. I don't know. But then again, there's also me, and my position of, like, my favorite Mario games are Mario 2 and 3D World and 3D Land, which is not an opinion I think a lot of people share. In fact, I think for whatever reason, when the Switch version of Mario 3D World came out, a lot of people kind of changed their tune on it. And, you know, here's me sitting with like Sonic Lost World and being like, well, this is kind of like Sonic Galaxy mixed with a bit of 3D World, you know? Yeah, no, I think that game's fantastic. It is really charming, and the isometric. I would really like to have a Sonic game in that style, but I don't know how they would do it personally. Again, I do feel like this game is kind of the closest we'll get to approaching that kind of aesthetic, although this is leaning more toward like Mario Bros. Wonder in terms of visual presentation. But yeah, just something I've been thinking about recently. And like this is just kicked off by me playing like Forces and this back to back. And again, the quality of Lost World's PC port being underwhelming, you know, paired with, you know, Colors Ultimate being what it is. And me just thinking like I was led to believe for the longest time that Forces was just this awful game that was not worth engaging with. And it's now one of my favorites. Like, I think it is better than, like, again, I personally prefer it to Mania. I haven't really given Mania enough of a chance, though, so I am not going to commit to that being my final answer. I definitely prefer it to Generations, and it being kind of a sequel to both. But this is also my new favorite, and I think for this game, it was really just the fact that people wanted online co-op, but now that I've played the co-op, I've realized, no, the way that this game is designed does not work for co-op. This game has the problem of playing Sonic 2 or 3 in co-op, where like Tails is constantly going to be off the screen. You know, there needs to be a better system, and like I was saying before, I think the Wonder system of having sort of asynchronous, you know, characters popping in, and this game has that concept with the characters in the background. It's just, if it was actual players, that would be a lot better, but also Sonic doesn't have the audience that Mario Bros. Wonder has, so I don't know if that would necessarily, you'd end up with a lot of empty levels. So you kind of need to go for a mix. You need to have the background elements, kind of like Devil May Cry 5, where if you don't have a replay downloaded, if you're playing it offline, AI versions of the other characters show up in the quote-unquote cooperative crossover levels. So I almost feel like this game needs the system of, yeah, there will be characters that appear in the background, but if you do happen to get matched up with somebody else, they'll be running in the foreground with you as like a ghost or something. And I don't know, that would be fun. Otherwise, just treating it like a speed run, I guess. Because if it was split screen or everyone had their own screen, like playing across the internet, that would kind of be the, because Sonic is not inherently something that lends itself to co-op, because it's about speed and running through levels. And yes, this game does slow down the pacing. It has more platforming. It has more like going vertical before going horizontal. They definitely put some thought into making this the quote-unquote co-op one, but it still falls short. So when people say like, oh, if this game had online co-op, it would have been so much better, I don't think so. I really don't think that would have made a difference, compared to Sonic Forces, where I feel like making that character creator a lot better would have made a whole lot of difference. And if the last third of that game was better, that would have been nice, but it's fine for what it is. I still really like it. Again, there's something to be said about Generations versus Shadow Generations, right? We'll have to see how I feel about Shadow Generations versus Forces. definitely versus the original version of Generations, Forces blows it out of the water. And again, for me, I prefer this and Forces 2 Mania from what I've played, but that's not a full assessment, as I do not feel I've personally given Mania enough of a chance. So that is something I'm going to come back to. Probably not on stream, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to continue to, like, chip away at that now and then. Because unlike this game that is just giving me constant nostalgia trips and, like, giving me that childhood joy, Mania doesn't do that for me, for whatever reason. Like, I understand why it would do that for people. It's like this weird thing where, like, imagine if I played, like, Mega Man 9 or 10, I was just like, yeah, no, not vibing. Where again, Mega Man 9 took me back to my childhood playing Mega Man 2. And I thought that was where the franchise was going to go, and then he went on vacation. And the parents broke up, and then we got Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9, and neither of those were good. And, like, I'm glad that Intercreates is still successful, apparently. They're still cranking out games. It's just, I think all of them don't have the control fluidity as something like, you know, Iga with Bloodstained has been doing. Like, Castlevania has managed to continue existing in a better state than any Mega Man spin-off has. Which I'm bringing up because Inafune and Iga, being their respective genre representatives, both were kind of getting their new franchises off the ground at the same time. So that's why I feel it's fair to compare their future endeavors. But, like, it feels really unfair to compare Bloodstained to Mighty Number 9, but even comparing Bloodstained to, like, Gunvolt or Dragon Marked for Death or the weird gothic spin-offs and, like, Love Live games, gothic spin-offs of the Kirby Angel shoot 'em up games and whatnot. It's like there's something about them that don't feel as tight as their older Mega Man, like even Zero. They just don't feel as responsive or as... They need to be simpler. Again, Mega Man 9 and 10. Just jump and shoot and feel good. That's all I need. I don't even need fancy graphics. Like, I would say that Mighty Gunvolt is the best thing to come out of Mighty Number 9 and the Gunvolt franchises, because it just plays like Mega Man 9. It's still not as good, but it is the best thing from either of those franchises. And conversely, I think Intercreates also made the Bloodstained 8-bit games, and those are also very popular Castlevania, like retro Castlevania likes. And, like, Bloodstained gets to enjoy its flowers for the main games being awesome. But then there are also these excellent Intercreates classic Castlevanias that, for all intents and purposes, feel like classic, good old Castlevanias. And I'm just like, why couldn't you just keep doing Mega Man 9 and 10? If you'll nail classic Castlevania, but you'll stop making Mega Man 9 and 10 games? Like, drives me crazy. Anyway, this should see us through to bronze rank. And I think my voice needs a rest. I'm starting to get a little hoarse from all this ranting. But I'm glad I got that out there in case I don't end up making a video. If I end up trying to make a video, I'm gonna want to get like some B-roll and script it, and it's a project that will probably never get done. I may end up just posting a thing on my Discord server and just letting that sit there. But there will also always be this VOD. So that is a wrap. From rookie to runner. Okay. Is that not? Does it take a really ridiculous long time to
get bronze. Oh, it's still got the camo pattern. That's actually somewhat interesting. All right, let's get this red paint. Let's get this blue, so now we can see all the colors on things. Oh, we got the chimney. Here we go. And then we'll grab the metal Amy head. And then next I'll just focus on the item box head and the prototypes. Because I might want black paint for the legs, and maybe the head as well. So how does the oh, I don't like how the order is based on the purchase order and not the way that it appears in the shop. Oh well. So what is this color? Red actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the purple. Well, I'll continue to ruminate on that. But I think that will do for now. Yeah, I wonder how far the various colored ranks might be. And time attack, I'm assuming it's just going to take me to like a level select screen. Oh, and then there's a ranking. Yeah. So you choose your character. And then your stage. And I'm assuming it's probably the main story stages rather than the trip story stages. Cool. Well, I may continue to grind that some off stream. No guarantees. That was a pretty lengthy grind, but I might look into that some more. And the next time I stream this will probably be a straight shot through to the finish. So thanks for hanging out, Dehona. And that'll be that for now. And maybe in the near future, I'll get back to Demon Tides, because that's my kind of high priority right now. And still need to get around to Resident Evil Requiem before I get fucking spoiled on that. So, take care of yourselves, anyone who might be lurking, and I'll see you when I see ya. Peace.